It's 10th in a row. I mean, he's been established as a regular for a couple of years now. So 10th in a row, 12th overall.
Interesting. All right, so we have the players. So let's get to the semifinals here at GP Barcelona. Good evening from Barcelona. Matej Zalkai here with Randy Buehler, and we're going to bring you the semifinals between the number 10 ranked player Fabrizio Anteri from Italy / London, England / Venezuela, facing off against the Hall of Famer William Jensen. Red-white against black-white, and I think it's going to be a good one. William Jensen's black-white control deck filled with removal, and Fabrizio Anteri with his little creatures and aggressive tricks. We'll see how they do.
Yeah, if Huey's got as much removal as you were saying, I kind of like his chances.
He also has some good defensive creatures too.
Well, so did Brian Braun do it.
Fair enough.
Fabrizio's combat trick shenanigans just ran over the top of whatever BBD put out in front of him.
Yeah.
But it's hard to make a living if you're with combat tricks if all your creatures are dead.
Exactly. I think Huey has at least 2 throttles, maybe 3. Has a puncturing light 2, anguished unmaking. He has some Farborg Revenants and Inquisitor's Oxys as on the defensive side. He just has a lot of removal. Double Murderous Compulsion as well, I think. I watched his drive. It was really impressive. He was really holding on for
of all the deck lists except Huey's.
Oh, that's a shame. All right. Okay, here's the Ox gets blocked by the Gibbering Devil, but there's a Spiteful Modus, giving it +3/+0, and for strike. Auras are not going to be at their best, but they've already netted Fabrizio Anteri a card, taking down that Ox while still beating down with his creatures. Well, that Howlpack Wolf getting in for 3 more damage. It looks like we found the deck list from William Jensen. So I can tell you about the removal. He actually has 2 Biting Rain that he's playing. That's the -2/-2 sorcery.
Oh wow.
He has Deadweight, 1 Farborg Revenant, double Murderous Compulsion, double Throttle, as well as the Rotten Heart Ghoul on the defensive side. And from white he also has Expose Evil, some other cards. He has Puncturing like Odric, some good cards as well. So definitely going to be interesting. It looks like this. Seeing Huey have 5 mana just immediately rings the alarm bells for Throttle here, because he does have to do the 2. Inspiring, as Fabrizio plays an Inspiring Captain and wants to get in the red zone for some more damage. So here they come. This could be a quick game.
Yeah, if he doesn't have Throttle, he's in trouble.
He does not. Wow. Oh. Okay, he does.
Okay.
But he kills the 3/3 here.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow. So remember, the Howlpack Wolf got pumped by the Inspiring Captain, and Huey waited until combat to throttle. But in the end, Fabrizio had the rush of adrenaline to make it just survive, and that's it. Wow.
Wow. Huey could have responded to the Inspiring Captain.
Exactly.
By taking the Wolf out, and Rush of Adrenaline would not have been able to save it. But
yeah. I was also surprised he didn't go for the bigger creature for the 5/2 First Striker, because that was more damage.
True.
So, and Rush of Adrenaline wouldn't have helped there at all. So this is really interesting. Yeah. Also, as you can see, Huey also has To the Slaughter, but he actually has it in the sideboard. So didn't decide to main deck it, which I'm actually surprised, because if you think about it, he has almost like a constructed control deck, right? All the he has a lot of 1-for-1 removal, but he has double Biting Rain.
Mm-hmm.
So he can clear the way from the small guys, and then he can play the To the Slaughter to kill any creature. So I would figure he would like to run both of them, but he did have a lot of removal. So I guess he was just worried about just drawing too much of it. We'll see. He also has the Sorin, Grim Nemesis, in his deck.
It's a good one.
That's the highlight. Yeah.
He didn't get to 6 mana that game.
No. That was crushing. But you can see, in this format, if you want to be aggressive, you can be, and it can be very punishing if your opponent missed the beat. William Jensen had no plays until turn 4.
Yeah.
So
it was a slow draw.
Yeah, what can you expect, right?
I think Anteri's showing us the way. Saw a lot of, dirtily decks and grindy board states over the course of this day, but Fabrizio smacking people around with red-white.
It's actually, if Fabrizio had played Sean McLaren, I'm pretty sure both games would be over in 10 minutes. Because Sean McLaren had like a really slow, kind of like a control-ish blue-green deck with like lots of investigate synergies. So Fabrizio would be like, yeah, creature, killer, blocker, boom, boom. It'll be over. But Sean McLaren got eliminated by Mehdi Sadi, and they're actually playing at the table next to these two players. And it's really very impressive for Fabrizio. We talked about a number of his GP top 8s, but he never was platinum until now. Just by attending GP Madrid, he's going to be platinum. But if he wins the GP today, he's going to hit it today, which means that he's going to get the appearance fee for the Pro Tour as well as the hotel.
That is nice.
That is nice indeed.
I mean, $10,000 for winning.
Oh yeah,
but he wants 3 more.
Yeah,
it's not bad. Nice work if you can get it.
Yeah. It will also be a very interesting story for William Hugh Jensen, who actually 2 or 3 years ago now, 2 years ago during GP Barcelona, him, Reed, and Owen, as the Peach Garden Oath, got to the top 4 of the GP Barcelona, which was teams.
Right.
And also didn't convert there.
Fair.
It was
they're doomed to come top 4 in this building. Is that what
maybe it was this very room on the other side, and but they couldn't overcome their opponents, and in the end it was the powerhouse German team of the Grafensteiner brothers and Christian Seibel who took it down. Christian Seibel coming off a PT top 8 the week before to then win a GP the week after. That was one of the better feats here, as the players are really quick. So we're gonna get it to game 2 here between Fabrizio Anteri and William Jensen. Both players keep it. It's great. Fast and furious. Let's see if William Jensen has a better curve. He's double tapped land. That's, again, just rings constructed to me.
No 2-drop for Anteri.
Yeah, no 3-drop for William Jensen. It's going slow, but there's a guy Reach Bandit. No Puncturing Light for William Jensen or Anguished Unmaking. He just takes the 3 here. But dead weight it is. Kills off the guy Reach Bandit. So does Fabrizio have more pressure? I see a Howpack Wolf that he just drew. Also has a double rush of adrenaline in his hand, I believe. That's how he defeated Brian Braun-Duin in the quarterfinals. That was amazing. Brian punished a little by being greedy, not playing the Angelic Purge that he had in his hand there, because he didn't think he would die. But Fabrizio proved him wrong. Chasm into double rush. And
16 for Xaxes after winning game 1 with the trample double strike combo that dealt 14.
Yeah, look at the respect William Jensen is giving to Fabrizio. William Jensen throttles in his main phase because he's scared.
Well, he did now.
He's scared of double rush of adrenaline on the Howpack Wolf. So yeah, as Fabrizio plays the Ravenous Bloodsucker and then Incorrigible Youth gets in for 4. So William Jensen down to 13, and we already know Fabrizio can finish off games even from high life totals.
Oh yeah.
He has the Inspiring Captain in hand. And he can do some gross sequences with the Bloodsucker, right? Like pump him twice, discard an extra card, get in for some more damage. I would love to see if he has a Uncaged Fury in his deck.
Just 2.
Just 2.
Soren!
There he is. And not that great on this board, though. Fabrizio won't even have to invest a card into killing the Sorin. Just gonna play the Inspiring Captain and attack him for 2. That pumps his team, and Soren's dead. So yeah, Hugh's best win condition is gone. So I wonder how he's gonna try to win the game now. Okay, maybe hold on the forward with the Ox.
His win condition is to just kill all of Fabrizio's creatures.
Yeah, and also what he can do is play an Epitaph Golem, put the Sorin on the bottom of his library, and then play Behold the Beyond. But there's a Bound by Moonsilver.
I mean, Sorin was effective. It was a 1-for-1 trade and a life gain spell for Huey, right?
Yeah, pretty good.
Distracted an attack phase and traded for a creature.
Yeah, Fabrizio unrelentless. He just keeps attacking, turn after turn, finding ways through William Jensen's spells here. So he still has 3 cards in his hand. Already 7 lands. 8 lands. Okay, yeah, there it is. Behold the Beyonds. He's going to discard the Biting Rain, which is very bad on this board. So, but he's going to discard his hand, which is 1 card. He's going to look for 3 cards here. So what could it be?
Good.
I mean, Behold the Beyond is. There were 2 in the draft, and 1 was the last pick because he was like, okay, there's no way I'm playing 2. But I'm just wondering what he's going to search up here.
I assume when he put it in his deck, his plan was to get Sorin.
Yes, that was the main plan, of course. But
2 Sorins is better than 1.
he actually picked an Angel of Deliverance.
Oh, wow.
Somewhat highly. But I asked him if he wanted to run it. He's like, yeah, I don't think I need it. Like, my late game is pretty good. So he has it in the sideboard. And I don't think he wanted to bring it in this aggressive matchup.
Oh, sure, certainly.
So he's going to have to look for a couple more. But I think he's tapped out. I think Fabrizio might actually have the kill here.
Really?
Maybe. I can see him double pumping the Bloodsucker up to, that would be 5 power. That was 8. And if he can discard 2 cards, that's 4 more. I think he might be 1 off, but if he drops the Uncaged Fury, then it's over. I don't think Huey has any more 1 casting of spells. But I think Fabrizio just drew a land there. Oh, no, it's Keswick Forge Master, actually. He has strength of arms too. He's just making the math here. So he can pump the Bloodsucker by 4, I believe. So putting it up to 5 power. Together with Inspiring Captain, that's 8. And he can discard then 2 cards to the Bloodsucker. And that's 12. He's 1 short off of lethal.
Jeez.
That's the power of red-white. Yeah?
I want to go draft this deck now.
I think his first deck was even better, where he had the triple town Gossipmonger.
Agreed.
Okay, so he's just gonna go a little slow here. Attack for 6, and play the Forge Master. But now that William Jensen found like 3 cards, what did he find? We'll find out soon enough. I think Huey could have just found 2 moves. He went for Anguished Unmaking, which, like, losing 3 life, not the greatest. He lost. He will lose some life, and he did draw a land here, but I think he might be able to play. Okay, Inquisitor's Ox. That's another card that he went for. What did he draw? I can't see it. It's a white card. Fabrizio hiding them from us, and Fabrizio now looking over like, oh, what do you got there, Huey Jensen? 5 mana open. Did Huey go for 2 removal spells here? We know he has at least 1, but Anguished Unmaking is not at its best here. Okay, Cathar's Companion and pass. Fabrizio being very deliberate here. Now Huey. Do you want to throttle here, maybe? Looks at the Companion. 3-1 for 3 when you play a non-creature spell. It gains indestructible until end of turn. Huey definitely needs a creature first and foremost. If he doesn't play a spell, he's in big trouble. It just draws another land. Really flooding out with his control deck here. And not being able to put that Biting Rain. You would think Biting Rain is really good against like an aggro deck. Yeah. But at all points in that game, Fabrizio just had 3 toughness creatures, and after he discarded the Biting Rain, Fabrizio just drew the low toughness guys to match the board. What can Huey Jensen do here? Flips into a 3-2. Fabrizio will be very happy to attack here. Even land is fodder for the Bloodsucker. Can Fabrizio Anteri clinch the finals here at GP Barcelona with his red-white deck? Here they come. Swing with everything. Is he just dead? It looks to me like he just dead, right? With
Probably.
Anguished Unmaking in hand. It's a removal spell, but it costs you 3 life. And Fabrizio doesn't even have to do like that much. Yui can just put the Ox in front of one of the creatures, and Fabrizio can be like, yeah, damage resolves. That's could be 7. I think that was one of the problems with the whole game. I think Huey's whole plan revolves around like an empty board and then play Sorin, and like him having forced to like kill the big creature there and getting it killed right away was just very problematic for him. Okay. Here comes the mana. Do we have throttle here for William Jensen? Taking his time. Okay. It's one way to do it. He wants to exile the Bound by Moonsilver, so
okay,
that's basically the same, but he's gonna have a creature here. I think he also has Delirium, so there are 3/5s now. That seems fine. Lines up the blockers, so the Oxes block the 3/1 and the 3/3. And there's also a throttle on the Forge with a 3/2. Fabrizio can definitely make it survive, but I think he's just going to go for lethal with Huey tapped out, so Strength Arms, the Bloodsucker, flip its Power Toughness, and there's the handshake Fabrizio Anteri in the finals. Yeah, just a quick salvo of
I want to go draft
spells.
this deck now.
Of course you do.
This deck looks great.
Yeah. So Fabrizio moves on to the finals over William Huey Jensen of the United States. Number 10 player is definitely going to improve upon his standing in the top 25 before the PT. And remember, this is already his 5th Grand Prix top 8 this season. As I'm joined by Marshall Sutcliffe.
Welcome. I'm back. So jumping in for Randy Buehler here as we transition over to our other match here, Victor's Kazankis versus Mehdi's Sadi. And it looks like we're in game 2 here.
Yeah, I really like Victor's deck. It's black-red, the exact type of deck you want to have. Like lots of madness synergies, some good rares removal. It seems that way. And look at Mehdi, 3-color deck, Stallion of Ashmoth. But the other creatures are fine, but yeah, it's not great.
It's not great. He is certainly making the best of it as he found himself in the semifinals here, but he's got some work to do if he wants to get by Victor's. He looks like he's just going to single block here.
Looks like, okay, Sensel's Rage.
Put that on a different creature, though, on, what is it, a Farbog Revenant?
Yeah, so he just wants to hit for more damage. So that goes, puts Mehdi down to 12, though. And having a 3/5 Skull Lifelinker is not the worst.
Not the worst either.
No. I would like to see it being played on the Bloodsucker, but that actually doesn't work. It's going to make it a 5/3. It would still trade with the Cathar.
So it just still trades anyway.
Yeah, so he's just going to put it on his best creature then.
Okay, well, now this gets interesting because you can see the graveyard's pretty big there for Mehdi. I'm assuming that Mehdi's has Delirium?
He has Delirium Plus.
Yeah.
Like, I see an enchantment, instant, land, sorcery, and a creature. So
all right, so that means that he can immediately bring on the Demon-Possessed Witch, take down the 2-for-1 there.
The game suddenly got interesting.
And this game has swung firmly back in Mehdi Sadi's direction all of a sudden. This is getting super interesting. Is that a Ghoul Caller's accomplice there for Victor? So not much. He's just down to a lowly 2/2.
He does have Dance with Devils in his hand, so at least he can make a couple guys, maybe make some decent blocks and get some value of the accomplice on his turn. It's not looking good. He drew a couple 2-man lands and also
Tooth Collector.
Yeah.
So that's going to shrink down the 2/2 here.
That is actually fine. Like Victors can play the Dance with Devils here, but he has to kill the Tooth Collector now because he would otherwise the collector would just gnaw at his devils. So
exactly. So he can double block something.
He's probably going to triple block the 4/3.
Okay.
I think
Demon Possessed Witch, yeah.
Or he could just double block the silver for Partisan.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, with the 2 devils, then kill off the Tooth Collector. But he would take at least 7, probably 8, because Mehdi can still pump. And he would be
once,
and he would only be left with a Ghoul Caller's accomplice. Not the greatest.
Yeah, he's not in a good position at all.
That's for sure. And Mehdi's 3-color deck being put to work. But to be fair, I like green-black base decks, and even though this one seems more on green-white splashing, well, I don't really know.
It's kind of just straight in the middle,
yeah,
isn't
just
he?
straight in the middle.
Just looking at the graveyard, yeah.
I have to look at his deck list because I have no idea what's going on here.
Here it is.
Oh, thank you. His lands are 5/5/5. Fair enough. I mean, he does have a Foul Ocean and a Warp Landscape. I mean, let's be fair.
You don't see the old 5/5/5 that often, though.
He old 5/5/5 as a good old invasion block, right?
Oh, man, yeah, where you didn't have a choice.
Yeah, there was no fixing back then. 15 years ago.
All right, looks like he's actually going to opt for Chump and then take down.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, the Tooth Collector here.
This way he minimizes the amount of damage that he's taking.
Mm-hmm.
So that could also work. But the Stalin will probably get out of hand fairly quickly unless he finds some removal spells. He did draw a spell this turn, but I don't see what it is. Okay, it's an Asylum Visitor. Okay, at least that can trade with the 4/3 Demon Possessed Witch here.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, and he can trade the Accomplice for the Partisan. But there's still the big Stalin of Ashmouth that
is going to take big hits out of Victor's life total.
Yeah. Victor's misread the card. He thought that if has no cards in his hand, he's going to draw in Mehdi's turn. This actually doesn't work that way. Mehdi would have to have 0 cards for him to draw, for Victor's to draw in Mehdi's turn. But if the Asylum Visitor survives, Victor's can draw a card and pay a life in his upkeep to get the card because he has nothing left in his hand. It looks like Mehdi's going to keep up the pressure here. Thalia's Lieutenant.
Okay.
What?
I don't think he has any humans,
No,
though.
he has no humans. What is going on here?
He's played a 1/1.
Mehdi's 5/5/5 deck? Okay.
Is the witch actually a human still?
It turns in. It's a demon-possessed witch, but I guess it's still a human.
Oh, okay. Well, so he got value. There you go.
That's good. Good enough. Yeah, it's a human shaman after it flips.
Fair enough.
And just a human before flipping.
That's great.
Yeah, turning into a demon-possessed witch just still makes you a human.
You still retain your humanity in that transition.
Yeah, you just become a shaman for some reason.
Fair enough.
I should call the flavor police on this one. I'm really not sure.
I think they've left the building. Flavor judges don't work quite this late.
Yeah. Flavor judges, yeah. Okay.
And there's another play from Sadi, though. Honestly, I can't quite see what it is.
Yeah, we can't see the card Mehdi just played. It's not. Yeah, we're just moving the cards a little. Yeah, there we go. So we can see it. Okay, Emissary to Sleepers with a token.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a game 3 here.
Yeah, it does look like this one's getting way out of hand here, especially given that Victor's, the type of deck that he's playing, generally speaking, doesn't have the ability to come back from situations like this.
One card that, what he could do would be pretty sweet if he drew. Okay, he just drew swamps. Yeah, he could have gone for Tormenting Voice into From Under the Floorboards.
Okay, gain 5 or something.
Yeah, chump block something. But since the tokens come into play tab, they're not great blockers. But
pretty brutal.
Mehdi winning game 2 there with his straight 3-color deck. I mean, you got to do what you got to do sometimes, right?
Sometimes your deck does not come together the way you want, and you have to make concessions to your mana base. You're not happy about it. You know that over the long term, that is not a winning proposition.
Yep.
You're going to end up losing too many games to your own mana base for it to be profitable to play that way. But, hey, if it doesn't come together for you, sometimes you just have to pray to the magic gods that you draw your mana at the right time and try to make it work.
Yeah. To be fair, actually this table felt like the power level of the card was fairly low, to be honest.
I agree.
We saw BBD's draft, and he was just he was in green-white and didn't go so well, but because every pack it had green and white cards, but they were just too mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened for a lot of the other players, like Sean McClellan was scrapping for playables. He's to get a little creative to put a deck together.
Interestingly, even Fabrizio Anteri,
yeah.
right? If you look at his average card quality, it's not amazing. He's got a nice cohesive plan going.
Yeah.
But it's not like, he's playing all these bombs and uncommons that you're just like, wow, you have one of those. He's got some decent stuff, but nothing that blows you away.
So that's why going into 3 colors sometimes actually works, because you can having access to cards from 3 colors gives you a higher quality.
Mm-hmm.
And I have this rule I should probably save it for a limited resources podcast when I come on as a guest once. Yeah, it's now on record, Marshall. So it's gonna happen. No, it's like from ever since I started learning limited magic and what the good players around me have taught me. Like if you're struggling for playables, there's nothing bad about just playing big dudes.
Yes,
right?
I agree.
You could just run out the Keswick Dire Swine. Like it's big. It's
Canopy Gorgers.
Yeah, just go for the big guys.
Dinosaurs. Yeah.
It just if you can like curve out with creatures.
No,
like,
it's true.
You
always give yourself a chance to win if you can curve out with creatures.
Yeah, exactly.
Because sometimes you play against like what Matey's playing, and he doesn't hit his mana.
Yeah.
And you're just rewarded by having creatures, even if you look at each one and you say, well, none of these are really that good.
Yeah.
They also attack and block, and if you can play them on time, sometimes that's good enough. Interestingly here, too, as we start to look forward to the finals, one of these two players is going to play against Fabrizio in the finals. If it's Victor's, it is just going to be punch, it's going to take 10 minutes. If it's Matey, it's going to depend entirely on if he draws his colors. Because if he doesn't, we've seen that Fabrizio has the type of deck that can fully punish a stumble.
Yeah, the thing is, Mehdi's deck also, I mean, we saw some, for a 3, I wouldn't be happy with running a Stallion of Ashmouth in my 3-color deck. And he has those. And like Vessel of Nascency is like super slow against what Fabrizio is doing. So it looks like it might even end up that Mehdi's just hard casting these things. Fabrizio's like, yeah, I don't care, just swing and here's my tricks.
Kill you, yeah.
Just ignore whatever you're doing. So it might actually happen. I think Fabrizio would prefer to play against Mehdi in the finals, just because Mehdi is a little less consistent deck and it seems not that fast. While Victor's deck has like the removal of some of the early drops, and in his draft he was aggressive. He first picked Ravenous Bloodsucker.
He did,
and he just got rewarded. Like he got past the Madness card, especially in Pack 3. It was like incorrigible use, double Twins of Maurer Estate, and another Bloodsucker as well.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so his deck seems great. Also get past from under the floorboards by BBD, and he was like chuckling all the way through the draft, like, "Oh, this is great! Like I'm loving this. Like keep it coming."
So this should favor him here as well, though,
yeah,
right?
I think so.
As Matey, again, could struggle with his colors here, and if he does, Victor's should have the deck. Although no 2-drop from him might be a good thing for Matey.
He has double Fiery Temper in his hand. I don't think he has double red. There's just lowly thought.
He has Lieutenant all by her lonesome.
Yeah, is Matey gonna do the curve out with the creatures with 3 colors of mana?
I would love to see this.
Yeah, same.
Put a counter on that thing every turn for the rest of the game.
Yeah. Just the Rancid Rats.
All right. Clearly he just drew that this turn, so.
And he has an Accursed Switch in his hand.
And by the way,
it's fine.
There's all 3 colors. And wow, he did trigger it, and he got another trigger as well.
It's a human, too.
And look at his lands.
Yeah, perfect.
Just perfect.
Ravnica
Could have played
mana.
Doran, yeah.
Doran. Or Anafenza.
There you go.
For
more recent.
More recent for those viewers.
Wow. Tooth Collector, what a blowout.
Yeah, look at Victor's. He also has a Silent Visitor in his hand. Like if he doesn't get the Tooth Collector off the table, he'll be in trouble. He only has 1 red so far. There's an Accursed Witch.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's good. I like that card. It's been impressing me this weekend. Sometimes it's hard to get into the graveyard. We saw it like a Sanitarian Skeleton keeps coming back and chump blocking. Yeah,
we did see that.
I would love to see Mehdi just go with the Vessel of Nascency and just like hit Delirium.
Just start going to work. All right, well, here's a Career's Companion. Yeah, this deck did not come together beautifully for Matey, but he is making the best of it. Vessel of Nascency is the follow-up here.
I'm not like my eyes don't deceive me. A dog is not a human there, so no synergies there.
Correct.
It's a nice companion to the humans he has. Like he has a nice flavor draft going on here.
All right, so Victor's is now going to play a Ravenous Bloodsucker, or Bloodseeker, excuse me.
Is it Bloodsucker or Bloodseeker? I think it's Bloodsucker.
Oh, is it? I think it's Seeker.
Okay.
I think he's just out on the hunt looking for blood.
I've been saying Bloodsucker all weekend long, so now you're going to make me look bad.
Right, well,
yeah, it's Bloodseeker, you're right. Oh, man. So disappointed myself. But actually, it's pretty cool. Look at that. The Vessel as expected. And now if Mehdi gets to hit Delirium, he can like put that Tooth Collector to work because Victor was like looking forward to getting that Silent Visitor into play through like the Bloodseeker. And he won't be able to do that. Okay. No creature spells.
This works pretty well for Victor's, I think. You know,
Yeah.
he gets to trade off and get that infectious curse going as well.
More humans.
Dauntless Cathara is going to get another +1/+1 counter.
No. So it doesn't
On
go
the
for the
Lieutenant.
vessel right away. Remember, the Tooth Collector triggers in your opponent's upkeep.
That's correct.
But you need to have Delirium before the player's turn starts.
Or else the trigger won't even go on the stack. I mean,
Exactly.
is it possible that he has something else to do with that mana?
Maybe.
Feels unlikely, right?
So, yeah, Victor's going to go with that Assam Visitor. Doesn't even pop the vessel here. So that doesn't even want to... Yeah. Now he's like giving away. He's like, oh, what does this do?
Oh, yeah. You know, Victor's has to be careful. If he he's gonna remind me. Wait, I can do that now?
Yeah.
Too late now, though. Second red mana source off the top is pretty nice here for Victor's, though, because it's going to unlock just hard casting those Fiery Tempers if that's what he wants to do. And it does feel like getting the Tooth Collector off the battlefield has become a priority here.
Yeah, I think for Victor's actually a pretty decent spot. He can Fiery Temper even through Madness on the Tooth Collector. He then, in the Mehdi's turn, I think he's a Twins of Morrow Estate. He can play that.
Wow, can do both.
And he can then maybe like try to get rid of cards instead. Okay, it doesn't seem like that's what he wants to do. Just trace it off there.
All right.
Okay, that's disappointing. I was hoping for some Asylum Visitor triggers. Nothing else.
He was going to be able to more or less empty his hand by the time it came around.
Yeah, it felt that way. Now the Vessel, and in response...
Activate this.
Okay.
He's actually just going to take care of the Lieutenant right now. He must worry that that's going to get out of range soon enough.
Yeah, but now by doing it in his turn, it's actually it's pretty good, because on his turn he can either Fiery Temper, or he could he can maybe play the Twins if that's the cards in hand. I'm not exactly sure. I don't see it.
Okay.
But the Vessel is gonna put a sorcerer. There's a creature, enchantment, sorcery, and land, because Mehdi is gonna take that Kindly Stranger. So yeah, I think he just hit Delirium there. It's also...
Yep.
Yeah,
He's
it
got
works.
Delirium.
It works.
That one die should go away. That's
Yeah.
not doing anything anymore. And also, we got to remember our curse. There we go, Victor's. Nice work.
Life totals are going to be 19 to 19 here. Yeah, but since Mehdi did hit Delirium here, instead of playing the Twins of Morrow State, he has to play the Fiery Temper.
To take out... take care of
he
this thing.
doesn't have to, but it's kind of become a little problematic if the Tooth Collector makes the Bloodsucker 0/2, then he can't really activate it without losing it.
Yeah,
So
effectively nullifies it anyway.
yeah, but to be fair, he can still do a decent job at the hard casting. He has 5 mana, so he doesn't need to rely on that too much. There's a Stallion Vashmouth and a Moldgraf Scavenger, so yeah, Mehdi's deck coming together. I think this is what his deck is supposed to do, I guess.
That die should just go away, right?
Yeah.
He just carefully moved it over, but I don't think it's representing anything at the moment. And that was a Twins of Mauer Estate that you saw earlier, Big Z. So he's going to get that on an upkeep. It looks like Matey's going to shrink it down to a 2/4.
Okay, now we're talking. I think Victor drew a Spiteful Motives.
Oh, that
finally a
could be
proper offensive card. But I think he knows that Mehdi has the Kindly Stranger in his hand.
Yes, he does.
So I don't think Victor's wants to play it's gonna get 2 for 1. Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of does though. But if he gets blocked here, he may just get a 1 for 1 out of the Spiteful Motives anyway, and he may be willing just to accept that. Wow, he's going to attack with the Bloodseeker.
Yep. Moldgraf Scavenger in the way. Yeah, I think this is actually a decent play. He gets to eat the creature for free here, basically, having a 4/3 first striker. And if Kindly Stranger comes down, Victor's actually still left with that Twins of Morrow State, which has good numbers for the board.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and the Infectious Curse keeps chomping away. But it's going to take a long time before that kills Mehdi.
Also, is there a window here for Victor's to kill the Kindly Stranger with the ability on the stack using that?
Yes.
He's got the Fiery Temper in his hand still, right?
Yeah, that could work.
Okay.
Yeah, because the trigger said when it transforms.
Right.
So
and it's only a 2/3.
Yeah. Doesn't play it.
He didn't play it. I guess he wants to be
he
able
doesn't
to
have
cast it and activate it in the same turn.
He doesn't have 2 black.
So he doesn't want to expose it to removal, though I think that it'll happen that way anyway.
Yeah.
Which would be a pretty big game for Victor's if he gets to hang on to it. Now, unfortunately, it does mean that the Tooth Collector is just going to sit there kind of being annoying, but that's all it's doing right now, right? It's not like decimating his board.
No. Did he Tooth Collector the Bloodseeker?
Didn't see.
Okay, we didn't see that. Because in that case, that would be a pretty risky attack here. It's actually both. Yeah, I looked away for a second there.
No blocks?
Okay. So take 6. Yeah, Mehdi down to 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, that works pretty well for Victor's, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure he's happy about that.
Yeah, Mehdi must be thinking, well, I'm going to be able to just kill one of these threats anyway.
And being a little greedy there. We've already seen at least one player punished.
Indeed.
BBD not playing an angelic purge because thinking he can't kill me from here, can he?
Like 14 damage later.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, I would really recommend you then watch the replays.
That was scary stuff.
Yeah. And Fabrizio has been doing this all day. Remember during the Swiss, hope against hope, swing, next turn Uncaged Fury.
Mm-hmm. For Exactsies.
There's the Kindly Stranger. Is Mehdi going to activate it right away, or will he be patient? Actually, he's going to start swinging himself.
He figures he's not going to block with that Tooth Collector anyway. May as well get in the red zone.
Yeah, good thinking.
Now, if Mehdi's super patient, he can just wait until he has 2 activations, right? That's kind of the...
Yes, because the way it works, it's 3 mana colon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then he can decide. So he makes the Bloodseeker smaller. So it only has 2 toughness now. What did he draw there? The Brian Kibler flicking, insanely fast flicking of cards. You don't even get to see what he drew. Doing my head in. I think it was a Tormenting Voice, which is actually pretty... Kind of stop it. Yeah, I think it's Tormenting Voice, which is great. He'll be able to get rid of... he can actually do it with the Fiery Temper.
He could,
but
yeah. He's also got an extra swamp in hand.
Yeah, he wants to save it up. That's the thing, like... it's actually a very interesting... I don't think he's going to play it this turn if he wants to play correctly. Here's a swing in with the creatures. Remember, the Bloodseeker got -1/-1 off the Tooth Collector.
Right, of course.
So it's actually now only 3 power.
Oh, this looks like it might force the issue here if Mehdi blocks.
Okay.
Activate this.
He wants to transform it. When he transforms the Kindly Stranger, it kills the creatures. Now Victor's...
It looks like Victor's piecing together the puzzle here, and all he needs to do is burn it out in response. It does become a 4/3, which would die in combat here, but the trigger kills a creature, so he's still going to want to get rid of it.
He can actually Fiery Temper. Wanted to put it away. It's still blocking Mehdi. Okay, so like first strike? Oh no, never mind.
Activate.
And
he does it.
But then it dies.
Yes.
Why didn't he hardcast it?
I think he got a little ahead of himself there. He wanted to cast a Tormenting Voice in his hand. And this is going to be a big mistake for Victor's.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he had the ability to hardcast it, but he wanted to cast Tormenting Voice.
Got greedy.
He did.
And forgot about the Tooth Collector. Because remember, it's the Bloodseeker says +2/-2. And since it was at that point a 3/2, like once he discarded the card, it just immediately died. Because it had 0 power. But the Factor's Curse still
so
chipping
brutal.
away. And with the Ghoul Calls and Compass in play as well. I mean, Mehdi has the board stalled out pretty well here.
He does.
The Stallion is already delirious, so he can pump it up. But
I mean, but the stall out's not the goal here for me.
Exactly,
right?
because of the curse.
Yeah. It's adding a pretty cool dimension to this game of just steadily ticking away there. We'll see if Victor's can come back from that.
Now he remembers that he also has the Dauntless Cathar in his graveyard.
That's nice, too. Hey, look, once you start thinking about, all right, well, if I'm going to lose to this curse, I'm just going to get moving. Oh, wow.
Okay. Kindly Stranger.
That's the easy part. What's the other one he wants to get? Maybe it is just the Cathar. It's hard to take one out of the yard.
Oh,
yeah, he's
no,
just going to get
better.
a Wallgraph Scavenger.
You
That
just
makes
play
sense.
both too. Discards land.
Yeah, he's got enough mana to play both this turn. That was huge. That was absolutely massive.
Yeah, great draw here from Mehdi. I've been impressed with Macabre Waltz.
Yes, I have two.
It really works in some of these decks, and like Mehdi's deck is pretty grindy. His creature's not that great, but if you can keep like flipping over Kindly Strangers and getting like value there, like
You can grind, yeah. And then also the kind of cool part is that it doesn't care what you discard, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes it enables Delirium as well.
And Victor's out of gas.
Yeah, it looks like Matey's going to be able to take over the game from here. I don't think that curse is going to be enough.
Pass the turn. Curse.
Don't forget the curse.
That's my shot.
Yeah.
But Mehdi is.
Now, he may have outs in his deck that can get the job done.
Sure.
Victor's, because it is going to take a couple of turns here for Sadi to get through.
I think now that he flips the Kindly Stranger,
Yeah.
we'll know that result. That's going to kill the Twins.
Yeah, that kills the Twins, and that gives him 4 power.
Yeah, and
13, yeah, he can kill him next turn. So Victor's probably going to get one more draw step with one way to kill Mehdi. Mehdi needs to make sure that he puts up enough pressure that he can kill in 2 turns.
Yeah, I like it. Mehdi's being aggressive because remember he has the Dauntless Cathar in his graveyard, so he can attack with these creatures. Even has he can even pump the Stallion of Ashmouth
And still have an extra blocker?
Exactly.
Okay, wow, yeah, that's great.
So even against like removal, he would be fine. Even though if his opponent was Fabrizio Anteri, I'd be very worried
Petrified,
about with such a play because we've seen Fabrizio just like I kill you.
Yeah.
I have all these pump spells left.
You
in
thought
my
you were
hand.
safe. You were not.
Exactly.
Looks like it chump blocked the Stallion there.
Okay.
Okay. Now, is he though gonna get his 1/1 Spirit?
No. No, he didn't actually. He has no cards in hand.
He doesn't have
too.
any cards in hand either, so he can't activate Call the Bloodline.
Yeah.
So he should have probably just got that Spirit.
He could have also pumped the Stallion.
I think
so-
it got chumped.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay, so can Victor's come back here?
What does he need? A Fireball? Burn
from within.
Is that his out?
That would be lethal. Yeah, he has land in his hand. But I don't think he's burned from within.
in his whole deck.
No.
Well, if that's the case, you may just be dead here.
Yeah, indeed.
He's gonna get back the Ghoul Caller's Accomplice or flashback to get a zombie.
At least something to do with his mana, but Victor's 11. He's still alive.
Is he actually dead? He chump blocks. He takes 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10.
Because Mehdi didn't get the 1/1 flyer.
Exactly. God, this is insane.
Yeah, okay. He has double Kindly Stranger. Okay,
Well, that does change things a little bit. Zombie down, and that will make lethal.
Yep.
And they're doing the math, but it looks like Mehdi Sadi is going to be able to get in here.
6, 9, 12. More than enough.
And that's it. We have our second finalist, Victor's Kosinski's great weekend for you, sir. Can't quite make it to the finals, though. Mehdi Sadi, and we are going to get to see the slow versus the fast in the finals, because we've got a very low-to-the-ground, streamlined, aggressive deck in Fabrizio Anteri's hands. Mehdi Sadi is playing a much more grindy, 3-color Delirium-type deck, and we're going to get a chance to see what happens when these two meet on the battlefield.
Yeah, but both players were going to go to the Pro Tour in Sydney, right? And winning the invite, so I'm sure they're going to be happy about that.
All right, you can take a look at our bracket here as we work our way down. We've got Mehdi Sadi taking his spot in the finals versus Fabrizio Anteri. Fabrizio, an absolute beast at the GP stage here. This is his 10th GP Top 8. Randy, welcome back to the booth here. I don't know how much of that you got to see, but the grind fest was real.
What I saw told me Fabrizio Anteri is going to destroy this final.
That is exactly what I was just thinking. So
Three-color Delirium versus like a Tarka Red?
Right. So one of the mana bases is 11 and 5. The other one is 5-5-5. So that should be a thing. All right, that's going to do it for the semifinals here from Barcelona.